got a song to sing, I got a story to tell, I got some words to write, I hope they find you well. I got a song to sing, I got a story to tell, I got some words to write, I hope they find you well.
But thank you so much, Mark, for being here.
Thank you, sir. Good to be here. It's a pleasure. Thank you, Anthony. Good to see you.
Well, thank you for being here. And I wanted to kind of talk to you about your comedy discipline, because it seems like you have, just such a process and love for the craft, and it shows in what you do, because you expertly are able to navigate through some pretty serious topics like racism, pedophilia, and you do it in such a way where, you can tell that you just want to be understood.
Yeah.
And is that something that you've always had a hunger for, even before doing comedy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of probably where it all comes from. I feel like I have these thoughts and I bring it up and people go, huh? What? And it's weird. I don't want to sound like a douche here, but like, what was the guy? Was it Galileo who was like, hey, the earth is round? Everybody's like, put this guy in a mental hospital. And you're like, you hear that now and you're like, well, that's crazy. He was on to something. He was right. They were the idiots. And not saying I'm Galileo, I'm nowhere near it. But I'm just saying, like, I felt like that. I totally get that. I'm obsessed with these random thinkers. I watched this World War II documentary, and the gangrene was this huge epidemic in World War I or whatever it was. And one of the guys was like, I'm not getting gangrene. So he stabbed his bayonet in the leg of a guy who was gangrene infected, and he cut his leg and he put it right in. And everybody's like, what are you, crazy? Are you nuts? You're giving yourself gangrene. And he never got it because his body built an immunity to it. And sometimes I like that the exact wrong thing can sometimes be the most right thing. And I like that about comedy. You can say this crazy thing and back it up with laughter, and you're like, shit, that sounded horrific, but you're right.
No, I love that. Were you always attracted to writing before doing comedy?
I never really thought to write, but I always was trying to get thoughts out of my head, whether it was talking into a dumb tape player as a kid or writing something down. But that term writing is so tough because you say writing, which is literally writing on a piece of paper with a pen or typing. But writing is just thinking and thoughts. The actual written stuff is so different from actually coming up with material. So it's weird how we call it writing, but writing is the last of it. That's just writing is more collecting it and documenting it. What we call writing is really just thinking. I remember Roy Wood Jr., they were like, when do you write? You're so busy. How do you have time to write? He's like, I'm in the shower. I'm writing. I'm eating lunch. I'm writing. Because you're like, what's up with tacos? Or what's up with loofahs? You're writing. That's what writing is. But we call it writing. But it's so confusing because writing means scribbling on a pad or whatever. So, yeah, I always was thinking about shit and had fun ideas. And I made little movies as a kid because I didn't think I could write my own jokes, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, always trying to have an outlet and get shit out of my head and put it down somewhere. And see how confusing I am? This is why I like stand-up, because you can get your thoughts out and then tweak them until they're said clearly. So you're seeing the early stages, a lot of rough drafts here.
I wanted to talk to you about your work ethic because, hearing about you going and doing 4 and 5 mics a night, where did you get that resilience? Do you think that that's something you've always had within you, that drive? Or is it just your love for comedy?
I don't know where. That's a good question. I don't know where it came from. It was just felt like something I had to do because there's so much entitlement in showbiz world. These people like, when am I going to get this? And why haven't I been tapped on the shoulder? And when's my sitcom? And I'm like, why? I have the opposite. I'm like, why would anyone put me on a show? So I was like, it's like this Zoom. Nobody wants to do this Zoom, but I'm doing it because I'm like, I can't say no. And who the hell am I to tell you no? You're a nice guy. Why shouldn't I do it? Who the fuck am I? So some guy goes, hey, you want to do my show on Thursday? And I go, I already got 2 shows, but yeah, I'm doing the show. So yeah, I'll go do it and I'll run around. And it was hell. And I was in cabs, I'm in trains, I'm jumping around the city. And people go, why do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. He booked me. And also, let's say you want to learn the guitar. You can pick up that guitar, you can play for 4 hours a day, then you put it down. Comedy, you need a venue, an audience, a working microphone, all this shit, a host and a producer. So like if somebody's willing to put that show on, I'm going to go use it to get better, because you need 10,000 hours to be an expert. You're not going to get 10,000 hours by just sitting around. So you got to go do it. It's not like picking up a guitar where I can just play. This guy set this whole thing up. I'm going to use it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Definitely.
Piano, you can just play all day, but this, you need so many elements have to fall into place to be practicing comedy. So this guy put a show together. I'm doing it. I need to get those reps.
I think, you summed it up pretty well. You've been quoting a saying, success won't make you happy, but quality of work will.
And I don't know,
how do you feel?
That's a great quote. That doesn't sound like me.
I think you do have a quality of work. Do you have it in you to be able to look back and appreciate it, or is it hard to not look at it with a critical eye?
It's tough. It's always tough, and it's a horrible quality of mine. I should be going, hey, Out to Lunch is killing it. Enjoy that. Feel good about that. You accomplished something. But I'm like, the next one, what if it's not as good? And I got to write some new material, and I need more jokes. And I'm just panicking about the future of all these imaginary things that haven't even happened yet, when I should just be staring at those YouTube views and pat myself on the ass. But I don't know. It's just how some people are wired, I guess. And then some people go the opposite, where they think, they tie their shoe and they're like, man, I'm fucking great. I'm the man. I'm cool as shit. Everybody loves me. I tied my shoe. I'm so awesome. So I need to be somewhere between where I am and that guy, and just meet in the middle. So I'm working on all that.
Oh yeah. It's that evil brain you talked about.
Evil brain. Horrible.
It's probably the most relatable comedy bit I've ever heard.
Oh, thanks. And that bit bombed for a while. Gary Gulman was the one who was like, stick with that bit. I know it didn't hit, but stick with that bit. And that kept me going because he's such a good comic.
I think you had said a Todd Berry quote where you had said, keep the jokes tight and the set loose.
Yeah, another great quote.
I think you do that beautifully, man.
Oh, thanks. Come on. You're making me feel weird.
With everything you've accomplished up to this point, what would it take for you to feel successful?
Good question. I don't know, because I got this special that's got good numbers and people seem to enjoy it, and I get nice messages about it, and I'm a working comedian and I'm selling tickets. So yeah, I guess I am successful. I'm happy. You ever seen the movie Comedian with Seinfeld?
Yes.
Okay, so there's this movie. It's about Jerry coming back to stand up, and then this young guy, Orny, who's like a young comic, up and coming, whatever. And I remember watching that as a new comic, 22, 23 years old, going, why is this guy complaining? He's passed at every comedy club. He lives in New York City. He's running around town doing shows all night. He knows Jerry Seinfeld. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? He's living a dream. And I still feel that way. I'm like, every now and then I have to put myself in check. Like, whoa. You got a hot special. You're doing the road. You have a couple fans. Like, enjoy this. Stop going, what about the TV show? And what about Netflix? You're a working comic. That's making it. For
sure. And getting some love from Jerry Seinfeld too, and being able to open for him. So fantastic, man.
That's the fun stuff. We can jerk each other off all day. HBO wants to do this, but having a bunch of views on a special and him saying he likes my act is like, to me, that means more than anything else.
Definitely, man. And it's probably a dream come true, I'm sure.
Unbelievable. The whole thing's unbelievable. It's very surreal. I'll watch that video every now and then like, wow, I can't believe this happened. And they can never take it away from me. You can kill my mom or cut my dick off or cancel me or whatever it is, but I still got that video and I can play it on loop all day.
I know you had said in an interview before that In Living Color was a surprising influence like Damon Wayans.
Oh, I used to love Damon Wayans.
I know you also like Groucho Marx, but was there a particular special that you watched that just blew your head off when you watched it? Yeah,
well, I'm telling you, for the last time was huge. The Seinfeld special that came out, I don't know, 01 maybe, whatever that was, 99, 2000. because we all knew this guy as this TV show sitcom guy that the whole country watched. I liked it. My parents liked it. He'd talk about it on Monday at the water cooler, whatever the fuck. And then that special came out, and I was like, wow, this is what he really does. This is like his thing, stand up. And the special was so good. I remember watching it sitting on the floor in New Orleans with my mom and dad and my brother, and we're all laughing. And that was big because we had nothing in common. And so that was big, that it was like this great equalizer for all of us. And then I saw Bigger and Blacker by Chris Rock, and it just blew my tits off. I didn't know this shit existed. Like, Seinfeld was great and funny and observational, but this was like cutting and interesting and thought-provoking and hilarious. And then I just started going to this deep dive, and I found George Carlin, and it was over. I was like, oh my God, he's just complaining about pussy farts and talking about, race and gay and social stuff. And he was cute and quirky too. Football, you make a touchdown, but in baseball, you go home. I love jokes like that where it's all written for you, but you just found it. And so that was huge. And then I was just, it was over. Like, let's check out Stephen Wright. Let's check out Ellen. Let's check out Mitch Hedberg. Let's check out Geraldo. Let's check out Colin Quinn. And then I was hooked.
It's fantastic, man. Well, I know you have a lot you're doing. You're one of the best out doing it right now. And I'm really thankful that you took the time to be here and to do this and slim it with me, man. So I really appreciate it.
Good questions. And I'll see you. Thank you. Take it easy. Queef it up.